Welcome to 25%. I'm back. Welcome back. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're hearing. I just want to say hello. So, guys, as y'all know, I've opened a restaurant, The Wines New Orleans Bistro. Go to thewines.com, DJUANS.com. Check out the menu. We also do catering. Just want to drop that in off that snippet off of 25%. But guys, I wanted to let you guys know that we're cooking up some awesome things. We're going to be doing some shifting and changes with the podcast coming soon. The team and I are working behind the scenes to get some creative stuff done, getting some more interesting things, fun things, and stuff like that to go. But we have an amazing guest. Wait, go to the website, get some merch. Y'all know I am full of energy today. I think I had a coffee. Nope, I'm lying. I didn't. I just have like so much to do. I'm on a rush. I'm on a high. I just got to get to it. But, you know, business and getting things together is it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm excited and I'm sad. I'm emotional. I'm a roller coaster today. But I'll share some of this in this episode with you all. So we have an amazing guest. But wait, did I tell y'all what website to go to? 20, spelled out, the number 5%, spelled out, .com. 25%.com. So go to the website. It's somewhere on here. Click up, down, left, right. It's somewhere in here. But click like, click share, subscribe, tell a friend. It's always about it. So I got an amazing guest, right? And she's new. And she asked me, child, guess what, y'all? Let me get y'all a little snippet of her. So she asked me, oh, we're going to do a drive run. I said, She asked me what the questions you're going to ask and all this. And I'm like, they must have forewarned her. We don't ask questions. We just go with the flow. And the reason is because I want them to get the truth. I don't want my followers to get a lie. We are family. My percenters. Thank you. So I want them to get the truth, the naked truth. And I want them to understand, because the reason I started 25% is because everybody was telling lies. And I think that people are not giving a real deal of a restaurant ordeal. So, but I'm going to take some things and I'm going to bring it to you and I'm going to let y'all know what I'm going to be working on. Okay. But without further ado, let's get down to our guest. What's your name?
It's Ray Michelle Bullard.
I can't hear you.
It is Ray Michelle Bullard.
All right, Miss Bullard. All right. That's what I'm talking about. So, Miss Bullard, what do you do?
I own an HR service provider. So an HR consulting company. I help businesses of all sizes with their people operations.
You know, I might have a client for you.
Okay.
But that's a good thing. So you just work from home or you have an office?
No, I have an office in Buckhead.
Oh. She said Buckhead. Child, where you at in Buckhead?
Right in Phipps Plaza.
Oh, my favorite mall.
Mm-hmm. Mine too.
Oh, I do a lot of shopping there.
I do too.
Okay, so we might run into each other sometimes.
Let's do lunch.
You want to do lunch?
We can, absolutely.
Where?
What's around there?
The Wines New Orleans Bistro, my restaurant.
I know that's right.
So we're not going to go to Phipps. We're going to go in Vinings.
We're going to go down the street.
In Vinings.
Okay.
And we're going to the Wines and do lunch.
And we're going to get some beignets?
Beignets, New Orleans style authentic gumbo.
Okay.
We're going to get some also good New Orleans style red beans. We're going to have some southern fried Cajun chicken. We're going to also have, we have some smothered okra. We have catfish platters. You know what? Next week, my next podcast, I'm going to have some of my food in front of me.
That's what you do. There you go.
I'm going to have some of that. I got to do that. I'm going to start eating in front of y'all.
Oh, and then we can even have like a taste test.
So yeah.
Yes.
Taste it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. You're my kind of girl. So how did you get started with business?
I got started, it was actually a friend of mine. And so I started in human resources like any other person. And several years ago, it was a friend of mine that said, you know what, you could do this on your own. And he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at that time. And I put it on the back burner for about 4 or 5 years. And it's funny how things...
So it's a different, you were dating?
No, this is like a true friend, a platonic
friend. Okay. Because, God, you know, sometimes when that man whisper in your ear, you just get all the energy in the world.
Right. And then sometimes you just... You can't focus with it whispering. But no, this is a platonic friendship, and he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And then where I was in my career, sometimes companies will pay you a lot of money to forget your dream. And so at the time I was an executive, I was six figures. It was Monday through Friday. And I procrastinated for about 4 years, and I got laid off. And so it was one of those things.
But you got to stop there.
Okay.
Sometimes a big company pays you to forget your dreams. And sometimes God remove you from those big companies so you can follow your dreams.
Absolutely. And so it was, and I kept procrastinating.
But you didn't acknowledge that part. And I want you to start acknowledging that when you tell your story.
Absolutely. And so it was God that said, okay, you're not going to do this, so I'm going to do it for you.
He forced you.
Yes, he absolutely
So,
did.
sometimes he remove us from places and situations. So you're saying that you agree with me?
Absolutely, I agree with you. Wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Do other people not agree with you?
I don't know, because I don't really talk religion with people. I don't, because people have their own beliefs, and I don't think that it's my place to impose it and have a religious battle.
Dialogue, right.
Yeah, like dialogue battle, going backwards and forward arguing. And because your beliefs are your beliefs.
Right.
But I think that all religions at the end of the day want you to be a good person.
Absolutely. And do right by others.
And then do right by others.
And so it was God that said, okay, you're not going to do this, and you're sitting over here lollygagging, and you're making every excuse in the book. Then I'm gonna take over.
He forced you.
And he forced me, and I was laid off from a executive position, six figures easily. And the month that I was laid off, I started my company. And so it has been absolutely phenomenal. And when I was laid off, for 2 days I was pissed. For 2 days I was angry, I was mad, because in that moment, I initially had to lay off 70 people before I was laid off. And so it was just an emotional roller coaster. But I was pissed off for about 2 days. And then after that, I was at peace and I was happy. And so I started my own company, and I didn't have everything perfect. I didn't have the perfect website. I didn't have the perfect logo. I didn't have the perfect business plan, but I trusted God because he had taken me through so many other things. I was like, he's got me on this.
That's me every day now.
Yes, absolutely. And so I've really had to put trust in God to find clients, to leave, jobs, to relocate. I'm new to Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta less than a year. And so I left South Florida, sold my house, moved here, and so far it's been great. But I had to take the risk.
You had to first take the risk.
I had to take the risk. And there are going to be more risk going through this journey as a business owner, but I know that there's enough trust in God that I'll get through every single one of those risks.
Well, that's a good thing. And I'm happy that you did decide to trust God. So are you making your six figures again?
I am.
Oh, wow. You said that with good confidence.
I did, because I am. I'm actually and I should be, but I'm making more than I was working for someone else.
Stop there. Why did you say you should be? Because, see, that's the part why I started 25%. Because everybody feels to believe that because you own a business, you should automatically make money. That is incorrect.
That is incorrect. You're absolutely right. And so that first year, I take that back. So my first year, I didn't make any money. So my first year, I probably, in all honesty, made $5,000.
Say that again?
I made probably about $5,000.
So that means people...
first year.
Your first year. So people have to understand that sometimes you have to make those sacrifices.
You do. My first year, I made $5,000, and I'm in year 3, and I'm in six figures, and I'm higher than what I was when I was working for a company. But that first year was very humbling. $5,000. But
Child, I would have been happy with $5,000.
But that was my first year, and I had a ton of expenses. But again, it was having trust that this is temporary. This is temporary.
But I'm glad that you went through what you went through, and I hope people understand that's listening to this, that, just because you start a business doesn't guarantee you money.
No.
You have to make sacrifices, and you have to understand that, that when you start a business, you're risking it all. You're risking your investment. You're risking, your time. You're risking a lot. Sometimes your relationships.
Families.
You know, sometimes and it's not just family, it's platonic as well. You can not just think you start a business and it's okay. And some people do businesses just to freelance. But they don't understand that you can grow that freelance business into a major business. But I tell people, like, I'm proud of myself now because I have a restaurant and I have a business, and people are like stopping me in the mall, stopping me in places like, I know you. I'm coming to your restaurant. I saw you on social media. Like, I'm a celebrity. And I'm like, okay.
And doesn't it feel good?
It feels good not because of the attention. It feels good because God has given me something, the desires of my heart, and he knows it. And he didn't give it to me when I wanted it. He didn't give it to me when I talked about it. He gave it to me when I needed it. And he gave it to me when I was at one of my lowest in life and I felt like a failure. And he gave it to me to show me that I wasn't.
Right.
In moments I felt alone, he showed me that he was there. So with it all, it's all glory and, grace. I'm humble. And all thankfulness goes to God because without him, I'm nothing.
Absolutely.
And he put people in my lives. And even as I think about it, he put people in my lives. Some of them no longer with me in this journey for my restaurant, but they showed me some things. And some things, I took a hit. I took a hard lesson. But through it all, he kept me.
And it's so vitally important, to what you said, having the right people around you. Having people that are going to keep you motivated, that keep you grounded, and that understand that even for my best friend, I may not talk to her for 2 weeks, but she understands what I'm doing and the journey that I'm on. So to your point about relationships.
But now I'm going to tell you this now, y'all. Sometimes your friends get jealous. And I'll tell you this. I've had friends that will cheer you up. And once you get there, they will cheer you down. And I know there are people sitting there waiting on me to crumble. But God said he'll sit you upon a rock in front of your enemies.
Yeah.
1,000 fall by side, 10,000 fall by right hand.
Right.
God will take you under his wings.
Absolutely.
When you're motherless and fatherless, have nothing but the faith.
You have nothing but the faith.
That's it. And the faith is seeing a staircase that's not even there, but you believe that one is there. So my belief is strong. And trust me, today was a tough day, but I'll save it for another episode. I had a very tough day. Excuse me. But, I had a very tough day today with work, with the restaurant, with everything. And it wasn't just as simple. It wasn't. So with that, you just have to keep fighting, keep going. And it's not just because you have your belief in God, you won't have your struggles. I tell everybody, in order to have a testimony, you have to have a test. Because you have to have something to talk about.
Right.
Something you got through. Something he brought you over.
Right.
Brought you down yonder.
Absolutely. Because this business, this journey of being an entrepreneur will test you. Daily.
The HE double hockey stick out of you.
And so if you haven't been through anything and you get hit with a barrier and you don't know how to overcome it, or to your point, you don't know how to see past it because your vision is only one step in front of you versus way ahead, you're going to fail. And so that faith is so vitally important. And it's what I use, one, to stay humble, but two, to make it through some of these rough times. So yeah, I definitely couldn't do it without God.
That's it. So tell me this. What is what's your favorite quote you go by?
I'll tell you kind of some of the mantras that I live by that help me through this journey. So one of the things that I keep in the back of my mind as I go through this space is I don't wait, I start today. And I say that because whatever I'm thinking about my business or expanding my business or what services I can offer, I start today in researching and seeing how it might fit into my business model. I'm a procrastinator by nature.
Me too.
And so even me getting to this space, getting from being an employee to a business owner, it took me 4 years because I kept procrastinating. I kept waiting for perfection and realizing that perfection will never come. But if I don't take that risk, if I don't start today, then today will never happen.
Mm-hmm.
I also kind of live by the mantra of being, uncomfortable, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So for a long time, I didn't think I belonged in certain spaces, or I would enter a room and I would be the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or being an entrepreneur, having to work 7 days a week now instead of 5 days a week, having clients wanting to call you while you're on vacation, or you're celebrating your birthday, or doing public speaking. And so those spaces of being uncomfortable is a level of comfort that I have to get at, or being on a podcast for the first time. This was uncomfortable, but it's in those spaces where I learn, and it's where I sharpen my skills. And then I also, year over year, build my professional network. And so I take a note of, not that I leave my friends behind, or not, my homegirls are still my homegirls. But from a business standpoint, I build that professional network year over year. And then I listen to people's opinions, because I had so many people when I told them that I was going to go through this journey. Everyone had their opinion. Oh, I couldn't do that. I need job security. I don't want to have to chase or hunt for my meat. Even my parents were like, well, how are you going to pay for your benefits? But I listen to people's opinion, but I act on advice. And the way I differentiate the two is that I act on advice from those that have done what I'm doing. Either they've been successful at it or even failed at it. And so those are kind of the 4 things that keep me moving in that business space. And so it's been a journey, and those are, like I said, some of the things that I just lean upon to keep me moving forward.
So that's good. So you have your business, and that's good. So we're gonna wrap it. Let's get in the so you have things to do, and Shalel. So that's Shalel, guys. He's always behind the camera. One day I'm gonna get him in front of the cameras. Just one day, I'm gonna get him in front of the cameras. I don't know how you're gonna record it, but we're gonna get it done. Thank you. How can everybody reach you?
They can go to my website at myhrlane.com, and so they can reach me through there. MyHRLane on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, but me, MYHRLANE.
That's good. Thank you for being on here. Click like, click share, click follow. Go on the social media pages. Send in some of your questions. Email those in. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.